Now buddy, today we're back in France, here at Toulouse Airport, and we're spawning to a very French airplane, the Airbus A380. Yes, you know this plane, it was introduced in 2007, and I've always been quite opinionated against it. Everybody, I still kind of hate this plane. You know, some things that people always say about the A380 includes, you know, it not being a top seller at Airbus at all. Not many airlines bought this plane. Low sales figures, low flying figures. Also, some A380s are already getting retired. It's because this plane isn't really attractive of a plane for airlines. It is too big. I mean, which airline can fit a plane that can nearly seat like 800,000 people? I mean, it's got 4 engines. That's a big problem because that, you know, lowers efficiency. Which definitely is bad in times of fuel prices rising. Overall, flying the A380 has always been a bit of a rarity because 787, 777, other wide bodies with a more efficiency are more successful. Just so everybody, we talked about, you know, improving the A380 design. You know, for example, the A380 Plus. Or maybe just removing the 4-engine thing and just making 2 big engines. That's actually a relatively smart concept. Will probably require the biggest and most powerful airline engine ever made, but that is way too boring. I want to not only cut down 2 engines, but I want to cut down 3. I want to make a single-engine Lufthansa A380 concept. And so I did. Again, we're spawning to this Peters Aircraft A380, a plane that's still way too expensive, especially because it kind of sucks here, especially for X-Plane 12. But this is not the only Rolls-Royce version of the Lufthansa A380 I have. I have one more. Let's spawn into it. And so yes, everybody, that is exactly what I was talking about. You know, this plane reminds me a little bit now of like the old MiGs, see, which had engines embedded into the fuselage, which, you know, does result in incredibly high efficiency of engine. You can make this thing very powerful. And I bet you can make it powerful enough to propel an A380 into the skies. That is very smart. Now, this engine itself is a 747 engine, but it's 5 times stronger and 5 times bigger. This would mean that we have 5 times the allowable thrust of a 747 engine, which will definitely make this plane fly up in midair. As you can see, I've removed obviously the old engines. And I've also removed the below cabin, which also gets rid of the A380's problem that, well, you don't really need all that space. You don't really need all those seats. This now has the capacity of like a 787 comparably, but only running on a single engine. I don't know how loud it's going to be in that cabin, especially when we've got like this huge engine running right below you. Maybe that's not that smart of an idea. Also, some of the object modeling of mine has gone wrong. We've got a bit of engine inside of our cockpit, but we were just ignore that. As you can see, we've got the outlet of that huge engine, which looks perfectly realistic. I mean, you know, this is not that false. It's kind of a mix between a MiG plane and maybe like an MD-11. Planes that worked incredibly well and are still flying around today. You know, this is not bad. This is kind of like a huge Cirrus jet. Let's try to take off. All right. Full power here. We can see that going on. Toga is going on indeed. Pull and turn. Yes, and here we are moving. We can put the flaps down a bit. Looking great. A380 from Toulouse on its first test flight. Now okay, I forgot to remove a few windows. Those are the premium seats. Kind of like a crazy wind tunnel. All right, we're actually speeding up quite fast. I think you could compare this to normal A380 power. There we go. Looking good. The A380 plus 1000 has taken off successfully. We're putting the landing gear up right now. Honestly, maybe the nose landing gear might end up being inside of the engine, but those are just some of the few weaknesses of this concept. You know, if it does fly, it doesn't look that off at all. Oh, and by the way, I think we can see the nose landing gear actually inside of the engine. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't done the modeling too well, but check this out. This is the future of flying. And here we go. A380's flying with using a little less fuel. That's looking good, and we're already flying above 300 knots. So what I'm interested in is landing, because we might not have reverse thrust. That might be all right, come on, let's get a landing done. Once again, let's land here at Toulouse Airport. Looking great. Now, you know, of course, a single engine always has some problems, like higher risk, you know, redundancy kind of stuff. Oh, we just had a bird strike. That's kind of what I'm talking about. That's a big aspect of the A380. It's very safe because that's 4 engines. You're practically never going to have to do it suddenly. Now we do, I think.
Yeah, no chance you're gonna get E-tops with this thing. They're not gonna let you fly across oceans with this one.
Okay, never mind. Some of our engine is still working a little bit. All right, that's fine. Let's come in for a landing here at Toulouse Airport. Oh, no. All right, that's the only way you're gonna have to land an A380 ever. All right, there we go. We can introduce reverse thrust. Never mind, that doesn't work. All right, there we go. A380, despite having a bit of engine fire. There we go. That's gone very, very well. I don't hate that at all, and we can stop just fine on an A380. Of course, since we are Tristan 01 after all, it's time for a short runway test, of course. I think the single engine A380 isn't bad. Although, you know, with this plane, we come to like an engine size so big that you seriously risk sucking things in on the regular. Like you would hope there's not a single piece of dirt on the runway. Come on now, it's maybe time to take off. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, please don't. Oh my God, that was close. But everybody, the A380 has taken off without any issues here from Ambri, which is somewhere in Italy. There we go. Get the landing gear up. Absolutely well. Our new engine concept has run incredibly well today. That's great. By the way, here, a little bit of a comparison. We've got a 737-800, which diameter of the fuselage is almost smaller, I think, than the engine of that A380, which is great. So if we put that to comparison, this engine right here is only the size of a G90. Yes, you could put this thing easily below the wings and pretty much have no issues. I really don't know why I did all this. Is this cool? Yes. Is this incredibly dumb? Yes. This is a great video. This is what I'm talking about. Have you ever seen a smoke cloud that big? If you haven't, there we go. That's your A380. So in total, a very, very dumb idea. We just, after all, have a plane that kind of has the power to eat the whole airport, probably, with a single engine. Probably wouldn't stand the vicinity of it. Got the lower story of the whole plane lost, which kind of ruins the whole concept of the A380. It's not like you could like rebuild the current A380s and kind of just have the first floor act as a wind tunnel. But this is definitely the dumbest idea I've ever presented on the channel. That I'm very glad about. So everybody, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Here we go. That's been a hard one. Let's go ahead and stop all the way in the A380 as fast as possible. Come on. Oh my God. Please make it. Please. Yeah. Yes. Not making any sense at all. All right, here we go. Touchdown. Okay, that was almost in the grass and very hard, but there we go. A380 is a proper G when it comes to stopping, apparently. Now, thank you very much to my highly supporting members like Jamie Ashton, Mike C, James Duram, Ragings, Met RLG, Matt Fan Z, Moritz, Bellhausen, Knots Enthusiast, Shadow, New York, Ryland Williams, Kelly Chaos, John O'Brien, and I'm addicted to Airbus A380s. Thank you.